Okay, we're ready to go anytime you are, Coach.
Hi, this is Bruce Sion, and I'm going to do a clinic here on cover three, or what I call the zone matchup uh, coverages of cover three. Now, I had ran cover three as a player and as an early coach since the early 80s. And probably about the mid 90s, we were in an all-star game and we were playing with another coaching staff from Dominguez High School. And the coach told us, he goes, we run a zone matchup cover three. And so I was like, well, what's that? And basically what he came out with as a description is we're going to cover people in our cover three, not grass. Because one of the big things of cover three is that you're covering areas. And so we're going to cover people. So there's where the zone matchup comes up. So it's kind of like a basketball zone matchup. And we're going to cover, so a lot of the basis is we're going to cover people, but there's a little bit more to it than that with the cover three. But that's kind of what we start off. We start off in the cover three, and we tell the guys that they're really going to cover guys when they come into their zone, and then when they leave their zone, they can move to someone else, and we're going to work combos and different stuff like that. All right. So what is cover three? So the big thing about cover three is 3 deep, four underneath coverage. So 7 guys deep, 4 guys on the line. It's a the 3 deep allows for people to stay deep so you don't have any home run type throws, and you've got 4 underneath to take care of your run stuff and any type of short type pass. The thing I like about the cover 3 versus a cover 2 is in a cover 3, you don't need the same amount of athletes you do that you need in a cover 2. Cover 2 works great in college and pros because they have those athletes that can play those cover 2 safeties. In high school, a lot of times you don't have the kids that can run those type of things and get sideline to side, from hash to sideline and cover it. So with cover 3, it gives us 3 across the top. And a lot of times you can hide a lesser type athlete at that corner spot because as long as he stays deep and doesn't give up the home run, and then keeps everything in front of him, you can put a lesser type or slower type athlete deep. Also he can line up a little bit deeper than normal, and then because you have that underneath coverage, he doesn't have to cover it as much. All right, so 3 deep, 4 underneath coverage, zone coverage. We're covering air. We're not covering that normal cover 3 is covering areas and grass, not players, and this is where we differ. So some of the advantages it gives you is you can get 8-man fronts with it, keeps everything in front of you. You have 3 deep safety valves. There's definitely a lot of different fronts and blitzing options. And like I was saying, you can hide smaller, weaker players back at your corner or free safety type spot. The biggest problem with cover 3, though, is the 4 verts. The seams up there. So they send 4, they get your corners deep on the outside, and then they put 2-on-1 on your safety. And that's definitely the biggest drawback to cover 3 from a defensive standpoint. Some other problems, there's what we call the void, and that's the out, the sidelines where the fade would go with the corner, because you can still get 2-on-1 on a corner, and then he has to try to play the middle of the 2, and that outside void takes care of it. The flats, there's definitely, with a cover 3, you could have some problems getting to the flats, some of the underneath zones, definitely the hook area that's in between the outside backer and the inside back area. And then if you flood a zone and get 3-on-2 on those type of people, then you could actually get some advantages there. All right, so the philosophy. First, going to talk about our dropping zones, where we like to drop our linebackers and corners.